Now basically my image is complete and I want to save my work. You want to save your final project as an LND, which is a work in progress, and you'll want to save it as a JPEG in case you want to email a clean after to the customer or put it on your website. So let's first save it as an LND. So we'll go here to File, Save As. Want to change the file type here to LND, and we're going to call it Hector 1 After, and click Save. Now I want to save it as a JPEG. So again, I go to File, Save As, and we change the file type to JPEG, and we're actually going to give it the same name. It doesn't matter it has the same name because it has a different file extension, so you can have two files with the same name as long as they're not the same kind of file. So we'll click Save. So now we have a JPEG and an LND. Let me show you the difference between the two. So now I have both the JPEG and the LND opened in the program. This is the JPEG file. You could see it says up here in the name Hector 1 After JPEG. I'm going to switch over to the LND, and you see they look exactly the same. The difference is when I go here to the JPEG file, I cannot move anything. I cannot change anything in the image. Everything is glued down. It's like it's the before picture, but it has everything on it. So if I go here to the work in progress, the LND, everything is still active. Everything can still be moved. The pavers can be changed. The borders can be changed. The walls, everything can be changed in the image as an LND. Now if we look at the file sizes between the two, here's the Hector JPEG. It's only 664 KB, which is a little over a half a megabyte, but the LND file is 6.9 megabytes. So it's probably 10 times the size as the JPEG file, making it a little harder to email. But you still want to save an LND file, because if the customer wants to change something and you don't have the LND file, believe me, you will wish that you did. So now I'm going to show you how to bring in the before picture. To do that, you go over here to File, click on Import, make sure you have the files type set to the right type, and remember in the beginning we saved this picture as Hector before. So we'll scroll down here, and here's our image here. So we'll double click that to bring it into the screen. It says that it's a big picture, we know that, so we're going to say yes here to size it down a little bit. And here's our before picture. So now we want to size it down even more. We go to the corner handle, click and drag it, and then I'm going to place it up here on the house. Actually, let's put it over on this side so it's not covering up any of our handiwork here. So now I've placed the before picture on the same image as the after, so they have a before and after. And now we want to label this, so we're going to go here to the tools and click on Add Text. You click on this white box here and you add the text that you want. I'm just going to call this before. Let's check our font size. So we click on font. Let's size this down a little bit, and I want it to be white text so it shows up a little bit more. I'll click OK. I click OK again, and here's my text. I'll just click and drag it into position. Now you can add your company name and phone number the same way I added the before text, but you may want to have your logo saved off as a picture, BMP, JPEG, it doesn't really matter, and actually import that. It may look a lot better than just typing the name and phone number on there. So to do that, you go here to File, go to Import Object, and then navigate to the folder where you have your logo saved. So here I have a logo here. I'm going to double click it to bring it on the screen, and as you see, this looks terrible. What's happening is because it's dropping out the white background here, and this is a JPEG file, so it's lossy compression, so it's leaving artifacts because this is not a pure white around here. So the moral of the story is, if this happens to you, and it probably will, delete that baby and go here to View and go to Options. You see this where it says create a mask when importing objects? I'm going to turn that off, and then click OK. And now I'm going to import the logo again. And as you can see, it looks as it should. Then you can simply click and drag it where you want. Now the logo can have your phone number on it, can have a lot of information depending on what you want, but that's just the basic showing you. You can import your own logo, place it wherever you want on the image, and now we want to save it again. Now remember, we saved it as an L&D before we put in the before picture, the text, and the logo. So I'm going to save it again, save as. I want it to be an L&D, but instead of after, I'm going to say it's after with logo. And then click save. So technically I have 3 afters in here, and I'm actually going to make a 4th one. So I'll go File, Save As, and I'm going to do the same name, but this time I'll save it as a JPEG and click Save. So now I've got 4 of them, and you're probably asking, why do you want 4? From my experience, and I've been doing this for a while, it's always good to have things saved in stages, because if you want to send this to the customer with the before picture here and the word before and your logo and everything, you've got it as a JPEG, you could send it. If you want to make a change to this picture, change the before, take out the logo, put a different logo in or something like that, you have the L&D saved to do that also. So you have all your options opened, and these days with big hard drives, it's minuscule, saving another 7 megabytes on your hard drive. So that's basically it. You're ready to email this or print this out.